Coach, how are you?
Very good. The injury report, we've got Quinn, he will not participate. Randy will not participate. DJ will not participate. Pat and Jerry will not participate. And Darius Phillips will not participate. Limited is KJ, Josie, and Caden. And then full will be K1 and Billy Turner.
Is Randy kind of on a Wednesday wait and see every week, or is this a?
Yeah, we're working him through that stuff. He got more plays in this last game and really did a fine job, and we just want to make sure we're being smart with him coming through that stuff. But he came out of the game good, and we just want to be sure we take care of him.
Do you think Pat and Jerry might practice this week, or
Yeah, right now they're day to day. I mean, it's definitely, we've got a lot of positive news from the standpoint of where they all are right now, and we just got to make sure we're smart with it.
I'm not asking you to be a doctor, but Jerry's injury is routinely, players have expressed to me, that's really a painful type of injury.
Yes. Yeah, no, it definitely is. I mean, if you watch the play, you know how it happened, and he landed on the ball. I mean, that does not feel good. So, but he's doing a really good job putting himself in position.
About those injuries, you've had quite a few for 2 games in. Have you looked at that? Why, and anything you do different or try to?
Yeah, I think,
Future?
I think a lot of them are just some random, unique ones. I think. I don't know if there's necessarily, anytime you're dealing with injuries, I don't think there's necessarily anything you can do to prevent anything that happens. But, I mean, Darius with his hamstring, and Quinn, I mean, funny thing is, Quinn, we played in the preseason, and he ends up, having that issue. So, I think that anything you do, you second guess it. You always try to see if you can do something better, and we'll evaluate it continually and see if there's something we can do better in the future.
Billy, how much of a ramp up process does he have left, sort of in practice before his gym?
Yeah, I think we want to just be sure to continually push him, and so that he's comfortable out there. I mean, I think some of the best work he can get is going versus, some of the rushers that we have here, and getting used to anchoring and getting used to setting and run blocking and all those things. So because he had such a small amount of practice because of the training camp, he was out for most of it. We just want to be sure he's confident both physically and mentally.
Do you expect KJ to play this week, and where is he at in his process?
Yeah, right now he's going to be limited today, and so we're just going to kind of evaluate everything as we go throughout practice, and we're always going to hope that we can get him out there, but we want to be smart with him.
You talked to us on Monday about having, cleaning up the operation and the process. As we sit here Wednesday, do you feel like you have something different or new in place as you get towards Sunday's game and regarding game day operation?
Yeah, I think that's something that we've really jumped into and wanted to make sure that we can get better at that, and it starts with me, and I'm doing every single thing I can to try to put myself in position to be able to make quicker, faster, more efficient decisions. George, Mooj, all those guys have been absolutely spectacular in helping me through that process, because that is something that is new for me, and I think we're going to have some good answers as we move forward.
You've spoken to the corrections that need to be made, but I think you guys and the Bills are the only 2 teams that are top 10 in total offense and total defense. Does that speak to you in your mind, kind of the potential of where things could be?
Yeah, that word potential is a scary word. I mean, it's one of those things. Yes, there have been certain aspects of the game that we've performed at a high level, but in the end, this game's about scoring points, and I think that it's just about finishing for us. We have to finish. We've been very close. It's frustrating at times, but it's also can be potential and positive at the same time. And in the end, it's about putting the guys in the right spots and letting them make plays, and that's what we need to see now.
Coach, how beneficial is it that you saw the Niners with Jimmy G in the playoffs, and Coach E seen him a bunch, obviously, in recent years?
Yeah, between both of us, we've seen the Niners quite a bit, and they're a very, very good football team. They're unbelievably physical. They have some unbelievable playmakers on both sides of the ball, and I mean they're simple on defense, but they are almost perfect in their execution. They've been in the system for I think it's 5 or 6 years now with Kyle on defense, and when you get that consistency, it allows players not to have to think, and they can go play at a high level. And when they're good players too, then you see an even better production. It's the same thing with the offense. They've been in the same offense for quite a while, and they all know exactly what to do, what they're trying to accomplish, and that's what you're gaining and trying to get as a coach always. So I think that you just see an all-around good football team, and now Jimmy's there. I mean, he's played a lot of big games, been very successful. Heck, all the way back to 2017, and when I was at Jacksonville, I remember going when he was there, and I think that was his first year when he came in and won those games at the end. So, I mean, he's a real good football player, gets the ball out quick, and they're a good football team.
How different are they with Jimmy compared to Trey Lance?
I didn't get to. I haven't really watched as much Trey because obviously finding out about Jimmy, working towards that, you kind of focus now on Jimmy. I know there was a lot more quarterback runs with Trey, but I think Jimmy now brings that drop back mentality that he's always had, that we've always seen, and it's really good. I mean, they match everything up with the play pass, with the outside zone, the inside zone. 44 is a really good football player. I mean, it's a really cool system.
Recognizing it's
Performance
a
of
week to
DJ Jones and K1 in the playoff game against you guys seemed like both had real good.
Yeah, they did. I mean, I'm so happy they're on our team.
Was that a influence?
Definitely.
Lighter
I mean, for me, when their names were brought up, I mean, it was a no-brainer for me. I mean, when you go against those guys as much as you have, I mean, K1 gives you nightmares just on how he plays that position. I mean, he's so savvy and understands the game, and he's an incredible blitzer. And then you got DJ that is a force in there, and playing that 2-eye and penetrating. I mean, he gave us fits. I mean, we were just watching some of the stuff today with the guys, showing them about how their front plays, and DJ's on a lot of those clips. So I'm definitely happy he's on our team.
Recognizing that it's a matchup league week to week, but
Yes.
I think you lead in red zone pass attempts. Is there something to be said for a little more balance down there as you now widen the lens a little bit after 2 weeks?
Oh, of course. I mean, you want that all across the field, whether it's the red zone, whether it's in the field, whether it's anything. Really, 3rd down and 2-minute are kind of the only ones that you typically pass a little bit more. But those two situations, you definitely want to be very even. But you still want to be sure you're taking advantage of certain matchups that you think that you have. Like you said, each week it is a little bit different. But yeah, we need to be more balanced across the board.
When you put together your staff, what stood out about Marcus Dixon, and what have you liked about what he's done with this defensive line?
I mean, you see the product on the field right now. I mean, those guys are so disruptive. I mean, they're getting to the quarterback, they're stopping the run. Draymond, I mean, what a performance this past week. And I think, just getting to know him, through the process of interviewing, talked with Adriel quite a bit about him because he had been with him. And he talked about what a great guy he is, how much he loves ball, how intense he is. So all those things were very exciting for me. And now getting him here and seeing that all come alive is awesome. How he is with the players, sitting in some of his meetings, getting to watch how he coaches. I mean, it's impressive.
Jerry, sort of the adjustment you had to make after you went out on Sunday, without knowing who said it exactly in pages, when you put in an offensive plan, how do you sort of, account for the fact that you may have those guys and may not?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I think that, you always want to, try to get to certain matchups, and you want to make sure you're asking guys to do things that you think they'll be successful at. So this week, obviously not knowing what's going to happen with Jerry, we have to take the guys that we have and try to put them in the best position. And you're dual training everybody. You want everybody to be able to fit in at any time, and they're going to have to step in. Just like last week, Kendall, did a great job, and then you've got Tyree came in and made some plays. So you're always dual training, but you want to try to put the guys in the best position possible, and just have to adjust on the fly, like we did this past week. I mean, there were a lot of adjustments we made, and I thought there were a couple good ones that we made. And this week we'll see, and if Jerry can fit in, we'll probably adjust back.
Last one, George, start.
How well do you know Kyle? Obviously, you guys missed each other by 1 year in Tampa. Very similar offenses, same coaching changes. How well do you know him?
We've talked a couple times. I mean, it's not extensive, but we have a ton of mutual friends. So obviously, I was with Matt LaFleur, who worked with him a bunch, and I have so much respect for Kyle. I mean, he's awesome. He's a coach's kid, which you're always a little biased for any coach's kid, and he's done such a great job with that organization. It's been a roller coaster for them, but they've stuck through it, and it's been great to see how it's developed over the years, and excited to see him on Sunday.
Thank you very much, Coach.
All right, y'all.